Well, we're not in Dunedin anymore. We're now here in Whangarei. We've just landed at their little airport over there. Picked up the car, Kevin's just sorting it out, and we're about to hit the road with a stop at the supermarket first of all to get some provisions, and then we're heading up to Paihia for the holiday. It is lovely and warm, better than in Dunedin. It's a bit of a breeze. Our first stop is at the supermarket. Well, this is a bit of a first. I don't think I've ever filmed toilets before, but these are very special toilets here in Kawakawa. These are the Huntavasa toilets built by a famous architect. Let's have a look. Well, here's our little abode for the next 4 nights. It's a very cool day, apparently. It's about 20 degrees. And they said, oh, it's a bit chilly. And it's looking pretty flashy. Here, let me show you around. I haven't seen it yet. Place to eat breakfast, but look! There's somewhere out there as well with an amazing view. A lovely apartment. With a view. I'm on holiday now, so what happens on holiday? Cheers. This is the house that we're staying at, behind me. We're in the little downstairs flat. Well, it's not that little, it's actually really big. And it's like being in a different country because you've got like banana plants growing here and grapes out there. Can't do that in Dunedin. It's very different. So here's the steep driveway, and that's the car come up this steep driveway. And there's not a bad view either. I mean, look at it. Ridiculous view. Good morning. Had a very pleasant stay here overnight. Wake up to a beautiful vista again with the birds chirping. I think there's parrots out there squawking on cue. Helicopter flying past and a beautiful morning scenery. Today we're going to head out to Waitangi and do the cultural thing, and then after that we are going to head over to Russell on the ferry and see what's shaken over there. I think there's a house to see and a pub to see, so that should be good. Kia ora, good morning. Morena, we're here at the Waitangi Grounds. Quite a pleasant morning, not many people here yet, mind you it's quite early. Lots of pretty little quail running around. Delightful.
The Māori carved meeting house. There is an 11 o'clock culture performance at the meeting house. Kupe, he was the first discoverer of New Zealand.
So behind me is the waka, the biggest waka in New Zealand, I think in the world perhaps, and here we learn some stories about Kupe and the discovery of New Zealand way back then.
When our ancestors came here from Polynesia on the Chatham continent, not only could they survive here.
Now hands up if you have never been a part of a porphyry before.
Well, we've just been to the cultural show, and what a show it was. They did a fantastic job, and we even got some photos at the end. And yeah, it's been a full round cultural experience, and everyone should do it. So first of all, we had the full tour, learned all about the Treaty of Waitangi and all the interesting folk who were involved in that and the political shenanigans that went on, and then we went on and had the cultural show. So we've actually been here for about an hour and a half, and it's been pretty entertaining, so very well worth it. We've just been into the museum, and that was a lovely experience as well. Lots of history in there, and good to catch up with what's happening in New Zealand. Kevin's putting me off. We're on a boat heading over to Russell. Of course we have to wear the face coverings on public transport. The boat costs $13 return, so just hang on to your ticket and you come back later on. It should take us about 15 minutes to get across. We've made it across the water, across the bay to Russell, beautiful historic Russell, the earliest town in New Zealand. It was back in the day fairly lawless, full of convicts from Australia apparently, doing their own thing. The afternoon's turned out absolutely beautiful now, and we're here at the Paihia Mission and Printery, and we're about to go on a tour. We've had our nice cup of coffee, very nice cup of coffee it was too.
Yeah, what? I'm talking now, not you. Go away.
this wonderful printing press behind me is only ever printed in Te Reo, in Māori.
In the country, page sizes that you want to end up with. So if you want to do one row at a time without dropping any letters. So nothing was wasted, and it wasn't really. And do you notice anything up here?
Standing off?
I don't know, can you? Oh, there you go.
The fact that they, for example, over 600 pages, 6,000 copies, that's an awful lot of paper.
Well, we've just finished the tour. Most informative, worth doing. It was only $15 per person, and an amazing tour, and lots of history and the art of printing. And this is a quince tree. I'd love a bit, but I'm not allowed to take any with me. I better get out of here. I think they're closing up soon. But thoroughly enjoyed that tour here at Paihia, the Mission and Printery. Now I think we might be going down the other end of town, and we might be heading towards the pub. Well, I've got a lovely seat here at the Duke of Marlborough Hotel. We can sit here until 6:30, but we're going to get the ferry back at 6, so that's okay. Kevin's going to bring me a beer, hopefully in a minute. Well, I've got my beer now. Cheers. Oh, that's nice and refreshing. Oh, very nice.